it! Food fight!
Violence devours all it touches, its voracious appetite rarely fulfilled. Yet violence doesn't only destroy, it creates and molds as well.
一つ目の言葉は夢眠りの中から
All right, Macross Plus. Macross Plus. Let's say you've never watched Robotech in your life. You don't know what Robotech is, but you want to watch a good robot transforming movie with a lot of heart, a lot of love, a lot of sadness. I've got it's the perfect one for you to watch, is Macross Plus. Now, there is a movie, and there is the OVA, which is original video animation. That means it was just made to go straight to VHS at the time, or whatever it was, you know. I don't think there was on DVD at the time, but straight to VHS, whatever, what have you. And so the OVA, okay, everybody I know that loved that movie, it's 4 parts, and each part is about 40 minutes. So in total, we're talking about 2 hours and 36 minutes total for the 4 episodes OVA. And then 10 years later, the director, Shijo Kawasara, anyway, I think that's his name, came out with he wanted to condense it, and so he came out with this movie version. And the movie version is 1 hour and 54 minutes. So you're losing like 42 minutes off of it, right? Now, me being the way I like to watch my anime and movies and stuff, anything, if there's more to it, I want to see the more to it. But I also all the time want to see the director's vision for these things. So when I was able to get the director's version back in 2004, it was more DVDs up. It was up 2007. They were getting really popular 2008, something like that. I bought the movie version, and I was blown away. This is one of those movies where he takes the movie and he reorgs it around, like some of the scenes are reorged. In the movie version, there's more violence. There's more sexuality, which I'll get into in just a sec. And the interactions, of course, between all, it's like a love triangle between Samu Dyson, Gold Bowman, and Mayun. She's like, they were all friends growing up, you know, and boy likes girl, girl likes other boy, all that situation. Well, anyway, they have this new AI that they call her Sharon Apple, and she's like a pop star. And Mayun is the voice behind Sharon Apple, because she's just like a hologram, and Mayun controls her. Whew, okay, I got that much out. And this takes place in the Macross universe, and if this is your first time watching this movie, you're going to eventually see a big robot sitting down in the middle of the city, and you're going to say, what's this robot sitting down in the middle of, where did that come from? Because you've never seen or heard of Macross before, or Robotech. They're practically interchangeable. They get wacky. Well, see, according to Macross Plus, 30 years ago, the big war happened. The big war happened because that giant robot that's sitting on its arse, it showed up in Earth orbit. We went and mined the information from it and got technology from it. And then this group of people that needed something off that ship came and attacked us and wanted to kill us. They're called the Zentradi. They came and wanted to kill us to get that information. The ship, the one that's sitting down, it eventually crashed in that spot. We won the war, though. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you. That's all you need to know. That right there is all you need to know if you want to watch this movie. That's why the robot's there. Big war, 30 years ago. We fought, we won, robot crashed in that location. That's all you need, a basic. So now watch the movie and tell me what you think of it. But it's really good. It tugs at your heartstrings. I mean, now, I have to warn you. Well, no, I can't do that yet. Let's talk about the differences again. So you're missing 42 minutes of the OVA. I like the OVA slightly better, you know, because I do get more with the characters. But I like the movie too because it's a little more hardcore. And a couple of the characters and what they're doing and how they do things, like Isamu seems to be amped up, more aggressive with the ladies. Not aggressive in a bad way, you know what I mean? He's more, you know, the guys, Bowman, he's the guy. Bowman, Gold, the other guy, he's the guy that can't take a hint when Mayun is, I think she loves him as a friend, but I don't think she truly loves him the way she loves Isamu. But he's the one that just always shows up, and he's just so sure of himself, and she's just always like, doesn't want to hurt his feelings, but doesn't, you know, doesn't really want to hang. If he didn't hang with her, she would not be upset with that, right? She'd want to listen to him talk, but that's just about it. That's like marriage. Anyway, so that's what I got from it. But the way Isamu was with Lucy, like on the dock too, when they have their little get together. I noticed that they, even for the Sharon Apple concert, we got to talk about that too. Even for the Sharon Apple concert, they shaded some boobs down so you don't see nipples. You know, like if it's dark, they kind of in the OVA they did this. They shaded the boobs down a little darker, and then some places where there were nipples, there aren't any nipples, like in the movie. And you know, this is back in what, 94. You know, when I thought the Japanese were kind of open about that stuff even then, but you know, 10 years later they make the movie, which has a little bit more, and how Isamu finds out about the fire at the concert hall is different in the movie version than it is the OVA version. I was watching it going, huh? And when he does find out about it, there's a quick shot of Lucy in bed with him. Yeah, and that's not in the OVA. That's not, it's one of those pausable moments, I think, probably. But it's crazy how that stuff bothers some people, and other people just think, hey, that's when people are, you'd be naturally like that when you're with somebody. You're not gonna like do on TV where they have the towel up here all the time when they're in bed with each other, or the covers, you know. People don't do that, you know. You're smoking and everything's hanging down. Like Halloween, remember that?
Oh my god, like, you know, like, totally. Yeah, I know, like, totally. I know, like, you know.
Class, anyone? Anyways, it just seems so unnatural when somebody's holding a towel or a blanket on their boobs. Like, I'm with the guy I just slept with, but don't you dare look at my boobs again. It's like, what? You just took me out of the movie a little bit. But that's a different. When they have their there's a whole sequence where they have this test fight. They're doing a test in the middle of this abandoned, like, it's like a military, how military has places where they can go in around and shoot. It's kind of like an abandoned little town where they can do their practice shooting and stuff. That's changed. In the movie, it's more like a part of their montage of training. But in the OVA, it's more important. And that little subplot there, they take that little subplot of what happened out and they change it and they move things around and say, which shell is that? Which shell is that under now? So they do change it up a little bit. And some of the music's slightly different, some of the effects. And so when you watch one, if you watch the OVA, which I suggest you watch that first, I really do. I know you're anxious about the boobs and that stuff, but watch the OVA first because in my opinion, that's slightly better. And I will tell you this, straight from the heart. I do not like. It's like 30 seconds. They changed the ending on the movie version. And I think the OVA ending is touching and you feel it. You feel that ending, right? I mean, it's powerful. That's why I want you to watch this one first. Because if you watch the movie first, you might go, huh? Don't watch the movie version first. Watch the OVA. You'll see what I mean. You'll enjoy that movie. It'll run smoothly. You'll be happy you did. And then go watch the movie and look for those changes. Don't just watch it like, well, all they did was put boobs in there. No. It's really not even that. That's not even. There's very, very little boob in there. Okay, just keep your pantyhose on. But watch it, the movie, and look for the differences. And I know there's a lot more differences, right? But, I'd have to watch them again and again. And I'm so used to watching the OVA for the longest time. And I always had the movie version on my shelf. And I'd watch it occasionally, but I wouldn't watch them together. And so the other night I said, well, I'll just watch them back to back, do a little midnight marathon. Actually, I think it started at midnight. I didn't get done till 4:30 in the morning. It was mid to 4:30 because I watched them back to back, right? So and another thing I loved about, well, both actually, is the 5.1 surround sound. It's really good. The Japanese version I have, because the movie's only in Japanese 5.1, with English subtitles. That's all you have. I know it's coming out. Actually, it's coming to the theater like for one night in America, and I think that's the 14th, which by the time you've seen this, it's probably passed. But it wouldn't show around where I live. I'd love to go see it, but it's the movie version in the theater. So in case you were wondering, maybe your town has it. Actually, you can't because I think it's a one-night only thing. So anyways, you'll have to buy them. But they just showed the first 10 minutes on TV of the newly restored movie version, the first 10 minutes. And it looks good, but I heard some changes already. Heard some changes. I didn't see any changes. I heard some changes in the movie version. And I was like, What I really love about the OVA is the concert at the beginning, the Sharon Apple concert, because whatever company designed the Sharon Apple figures, because there's several, because she's a hologram, so she can shift. Like there's one with short red hair, and then there's the dark hair one, of course. And they look so good. They look 7 minutes. They look so good. And And the way they do the concert, it's the style, it's stylistic, and it looks really good. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's colorful. She looks amazing. The way they throw those scenes together, it's just beautiful. It's not probably a 30-second scene to maybe a minute, and it's gorgeous. And everybody else is subdued, like in the dark or dark blues or gray. And she's this vibrant character, you know, with colors and beautiful, and the hair and the earrings and all that. And it's just like you could fall in love with the hologram. I mean, you know, but it gets kind of hardcore because, like I said, it is a love triangle. Oh yeah, and the OVA version from 1994. If you don't know this, and you probably do because you're probably a huge Macross Plus fan, is that Isamu Dyson. If you listen, you can hear it. I have listened to this, watched and listened to this movie so many times, and I never even connected the dots. But Isamu is played by Bryan fucking Cranston. Can you believe that? I listen to his voice now, and I'm like, that's Bryan Cranston. God damn, that's cool. Because his name's not listed in the cast, in the credits. Bo Billingsley's in here too. You know, Jet Black from Cowboy Bebop, he's in there, and there's and so that's fantastic. And oh, and the music in here. If Voices does not turn out to be one of your favorite songs ever in anime, there's something wrong with you. I mean, I know Cowboy Bebop had a ton. It is an excellent anime for music. So is Macross Plus, because yes, you have Yoko Kanno writing some of the songs. She sings one of the songs in here, and Mai Yamane, how do you say her name? Mai Yamane, who also sang on Cowboy Bebop and wrote some stuff, I think. She also sings in Macross Plus, which is awesome. So, and there's another talented lady that sings that song Information High or whatever, when they're coming into Earth and they're trying to avoid the defense system of the Earth. Oh gosh, this movie's so good. There's another lady that sings that song, but it looked like everything was pretty much written by Yoko Kanno, and we know how excellent she is. So, see, it's got all these pluses. People always, I mean, I don't think there's anything bad I could say about it. Is the OVA too long? Hell no, it's perfect. Do I like the movie version anyway? Of course I do. Just not quite as much. The one thing that I will give, like I said, this is the only thing I wish they had left alone, is that ending, that 30 seconds. I have to make that perfectly clear. That's why you must watch the OVA first. You must watch the OVA first. Because it means more. I'm telling you, you won't watch the OVA first. I get excited. My mouth starts running faster than I can talk. Because if you get that moment of the movie stuck in your head, there's no way you can feel the full impact of the OVA. That's what I believe. That's just what I believe. Because I'm into anime. You know. So yeah, there you go. You know what I'm giving Macross Plus? You know what I'm going to give it? I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. You can't beat that. You got the music, the voice acting. I know people always talk about Cowboy Bebop having the best voice acting, and it does. Macross Plus has great voice acting. It's a great story. Beautiful visuals. You get the YF-19 and the YF-21, and those planes. Oh, Osamu and Bowman, they're test pilots, by the way, and it's just amazing. It's just so good, and the action scenes are just like will blow you away. You can't go wrong, and the story will get you right where it counts. It will. It'll get you right where it counts. So anyway, that's what I got. That's what I got. I think next time I might just talk about another anime which I love to death. And I don't know how many of you have seen it, but I'll tack it on here at the end and see if YouTube lets me get away with it. Till next time, I'm a fan, not a critic. These were my thoughts.
ここらでやめとくのが手だ。